Hi, my name is Carl Bates and I'm the Chief Executive of the Sirdar Group. This video is part of our Guide Great Boards series about how you can improve your board process and the value you get from having a high-performance board. In fact, how you have a high-performance board in the first place. In particular, I want to talk about the concept of data versus insight. Great boards are boards that don't have huge board papers, stacks of paper that take a whole lot of time to print and courier around the country or sometimes around the world, or indeed to put through the internet to the other person to download over the course of half an hour or an hour. Great boards are boards that have board papers that are insightful. Data versus insight. Board papers that help directors understand and have conversations, debate and discussion that supports the business to be taken to the next level. Massive data packs don't grow high-performance boards. If you want to have a high-performance board, you've got to understand how you drive director insight through good information, through creative thinking and presentation of the information directors need in order to inform good discussion and good debate. So there are three things I think you should be thinking about when thinking about how to shift your board papers from data to insight. The first is, why is this paper in the board papers in the first place? So often we fill in a form, we complete a board paper, we shove last month's report back in the board papers this month because the decision still hasn't been made. But we haven't asked ourselves the question, why is this paper in the board papers in the first place? Are we wanting to just tell the directors what's happening? Are we wanting to keep them updated about the process? Are we wanting to create discussion where we get insight into where the directors are thinking about the particular topic or particular item? Are we wanting a decision, in which case we need to make sure the directors have all the information required in order to make that decision? You know who's on your board. You know that Joseph is going to look at the data, and if some of those numbers aren't right, you're going to have a problem. You know that Mary is interested in the people impact. Have you covered that as part of your board paper? So the first thing is, why is this paper in the board papers in the first place? The second is, explain the value. Help me as the reader, as one of your directors, understand what it is you want me to take from this board paper. It's great if you know you want a decision, but unless you tell me that, how do I know? In the Sirdar methodology, we even frame it that you have information, discussion, and decision papers. Put in the title what type of paper it is. And thirdly, use the right tools. Again, in the Sirdar methodology, we break the tools down to the different parts of the board papers so that great directors are getting great information from you to help them take their value and support your company growth. What do I mean by that? The Managing Director's Report has a particular framework to make sure that the board are getting all the information they need about where the business is at in a concise and short space of time. The Chief Financial Officer's Report has a particular framework to ensure the board get the information they need on the financial performance of the business relative to the key indicators without having to read 101 pages about the performance of the business. If you think your board papers are a bundle of data, then maybe have a conversation with us to support your board to shift from doing a job to being a great board, a high-performance board that's adding value to your business, to shareholders, and to other stakeholders. At the very least, after watching this video, take a few minutes, have a look at your last set of board papers, and ask yourself the question, are they sharing data or are they giving insight?